What does it take to rebuild an entire aviation industry from scratch, completely cut off from Western tech? Today, we are diving deep into Russia's massive gamble to replace foreign tech with the newly certified PD-8 turbofan engine. This little powerhouse is meant to save the SJ-100 Superjet and break reliance on imports. But the real question is whether they can actually build enough of them. We will look at the grueling thousands of hours of testing, the massive production hurdles, and how this engine is being modified for helicopters and amphibious planes. It is a wild ride through advanced aerospace engineering and pure industrial survival, so make sure you watch till the end to see if this project will actually fly or stall out. Russia has achieved one of the most important milestones in its civil aviation import substitution program with the certification of the PD-8 turbofan engine. This certification paves the way for the serial production of the power plant, which will be used to equip the entirely domestic SJ-100 Superjet. The issuance of the engine's type certificate in June 2026 represents the culmination of years of accelerated development and extensive testing. At the same time, it is redirecting attention to the much more significant challenge of producing an adequate number of engines to support Russia's ambitious aircraft production plans. Now the emphasis has promptly shifted from testing to manufacturing, following the completion of certification, bringing us right to the first production engine sets ready for delivery. According to Russian industry reports, the first production engine sets have already been assembled for serial power plants. The aircraft assembly facility in Komsomolsk-on-Amur is scheduled to receive these engines in the near future. That is where they will be installed on production-standard SJ-100 aircraft. This transition from prototype and certification hardware to engines for serial aircraft manufacturing marks a critical distinction for any aviation program. While manufacturers continue to expand production capacity, aircraft assembly can advance due to the availability of production engines. It is kind of like finally getting the real ingredients for a recipe after just playing around with plastic food models for months. Let us take a step back and look at how we got here, because it took thousands of hours of testing to make this a reality. The PD-8 underwent one of the most exhaustive testing campaigns ever conducted for a new Russian civil aviation engine before receiving certification. During the certification program, prototype engines accumulated over 6,500 operating hours, as per Rostec. The testing included extensive laboratory tests, endurance trials, environmental testing, and flight evaluations aboard experimental Superjet aircraft. The mandatory 150-hour endurance test, which was administered under maximum operating loads, was one of the most challenging certification events. Engineers intentionally subjected the engine to extended operation at severe power settings during this trial to replicate years of commercial service. The engine's durability under sustained duress was demonstrated by its successful completion of this phase. By the way, if you love seeing the grit behind aviation triumphs and engineering deep dives, you should definitely check out the Altitude Addicts YouTube channel for some incredibly detailed breakdowns. The engine has also undergone critical safety evaluations, such as fan blade-off testing. This confirms that the engine can safely contain a catastrophic fan blade failure without endangering the aircraft. The engine's performance was confirmed to be satisfactory following simulated impacts with birds during takeoff and landing scenarios through additional bird ingestion tests. In addition, environmental experiments were conducted by engineers, which included severe weather conditions such as hail, rain, crosswinds, and extreme temperatures. All right, let us pause for a second and look at what is coming up next, because the engineering part is done, but the industrial nightmare is just starting. We are about to look at the massive manufacturing wall Russia is hitting. And trust me, the numbers they need to hit are absolutely wild compared to what they can actually make right now. Stick around, because we are also going to reveal how this engine is secretly being adapted to replace Ukrainian parts in giant amphibious firefighting planes. This brings us to a major roadblock, where manufacturing capacity faces new challenges that cannot be solved overnight. Certification is only the beginning of the industrial challenge. The United Engine Corporation was initially expected to be able to produce approximately 30 PD-8 engines annually, according to previous projections. This output would only be sufficient to produce approximately 15 aircraft annually, excluding the spare engines necessary for airline operations and maintenance, as each SJ-100 necessitates 2 engines. Such production levels are much below the previous aircraft manufacturing objectives, which called for a considerably higher annual Superjet output. Spare engines are a critical component of commercial airline operations. This necessitates engine production in excess of the minimum quantity installed on newly constructed aircraft for actual aircraft deliveries. The PD-8 is designed to provide propulsion to various aircraft types, which further aggravates the production challenge. Let us look at this realistically, because making 30 engines when you need way more is just a recipe for grounded planes. The math just does not add up if they want a real fleet. And that problem gets even bigger when you realize this engine is supposed to do way more heavy lifting beyond the Superjet. The PD-8 has been designed as a multi-platform engine, despite being predominantly developed for the SJ-100. The Bereave B-200 amphibious aircraft is one of its intended applications. Ukrainian-built D-436 engines, which were manufactured in Zaporizhia, were the power source for B-200 aircraft prior to geopolitical disruptions. The domestic control over the production of the amphibious aircraft would be enhanced by substituting the imported engines with the Russian-built PD-8. It would also eliminate dependence on foreign suppliers altogether. The demand for engines would be greatly boosted by the support of both SJ-100 and B-200 production. According to industry observers, the annual production of aircraft engines may ultimately need to reach a range of 72 to 80 engines. That is what it takes to meet the assembly requirements of the aircraft and maintain sufficient spare engine inventories. One of the most pressing unanswered concerns regarding Russia's civil aviation revival is whether current industrial capacity can be expanded to those levels. If you want to see how other global aviation projects handle these massive supply chain bottlenecks, make sure to subscribe to the Altitude Addicts YouTube channel. While production facilities are being modernized and expanded, a lot of things have to go right. Sustained investment, personnel development, and efficient supply chains across numerous component manufacturers will be necessary to achieve the desired manufacturing volumes. It is basically a giant game of industrial dominoes where every single piece has to fall exactly into place. Before we move into the technical design, let us take another quick breather to see where this journey is taking us next. Coming up, we are diving into how engineers are using this single design to spin off a whole family of engines, including a massive version for heavy-lift military and transport helicopters. You will see how they are copying the playbook of major Western brands, so definitely do not go anywhere. This design strategy is paving the way for a new family of engines that will expand Russia's aerospace footprint. The PD-8 is not expected to remain a single-engine design. The engineer's vision is to develop a comprehensive family of power plants that are founded on the same core architecture. Depending on operational requirements, future variants may generate a power output that is approximately 25 to 30% higher, or alternatively, 20% lower. This method is similar to the development strategies implemented by major international engine manufacturers. They commonly develop a number of engine variants from a shared core to minimize development expenses while simultaneously catering to various aircraft categories. One of the proposed derivatives is a version that generates an estimated 10 tons of thrust. This could be used to power future business aviation aircraft or other specialized platforms. The PD-8V, a turboshaft modification designed for helicopters, is another noteworthy development. The heavy-lift Mi-26 transport helicopter is expected to be powered by this helicopter variant, which engineers are currently developing, according to Rostec. The PD-8's technological foundation would be expanded beyond fixed-wing aviation to include rotary wing applications if the project is successful. This would generate additional production opportunities for the Russian industry. None of this would be possible without expanding upon the PD-14 experience gained from previous airliner projects. The PD-8 program has significantly benefited from technologies that were originally developed for the PD-14 engine, which is used to power the MC-21 airliner. Numerous engineering solutions, materials, manufacturing techniques, and digital development tools that were developed during the PD-14 program were adapted for the smaller engine. This technology transfer facilitated the reduction of technical risk and the acceleration of development timeline. The program used advanced computer modeling and digital simulation to quickly validate designs before physical testing. This allowed engineers to address potential issues earlier in development. Over at the Altitude Addicts YouTube channel, they frequently cover how these kinds of digital twin technologies are changing modern aircraft development, which is worth a look. So we have gone from the drawing board to the test bench, and now it is time to move from certification to commercial service. Although the certification was successful, there are still a number of key objectives that must be achieved before passengers can fly on commercial aircraft propelled by the PD-8. To commence deliveries to airline customers, aircraft manufacturers must complete the remaining aircraft certification requirements. They also have to continue the assembly of production standard SJ-100 aircraft using serial engines. Engineers will be able to refine maintenance schedules, enhance reliability, and introduce incremental upgrades based on real-world service as airlines accrue operational experience. The PD-8 certification signifies the start of a challenging industrial phase and an engineering achievement for Russia's aviation industry. The development of a completely new commercial turbofan within 6 years is a testament to the engineering capabilities of the team. However, the long-term success of the project will be contingent upon the ability to produce engines at the scale required by airlines while maintaining competitive operating costs and reliability. The PD-8 has the potential to serve as the foundation for a new generation of domestically powered Russian civil aircraft if production expands successfully and the SJ-100 is introduced to widespread airline service as intended. The engine's potential higher thrust derivatives, helicopter version, and planned adaptation for the B-200 amphibian indicate that its role may ultimately extend beyond the Superjet program, making it one of the most strategically significant aerospace developments in Russia's civil aviation sector over the past decade. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos,